Hello guys, welcome to our channel. In last videos we have seen some basic concepts about Simulink and how we can use different Simulink block sets in our simulation model. When we combine Simulink blocks along with the state flow, the modeling becomes much more easier. So in upcoming couple of videos we will see the basic concepts about state flow. In today's video we will design a simple model of traffic lights with the help of state flow and understand how states are being transitioned from one state to other and how these states gets executed. So let's get started. To use state flow in our model, we can simply go to state flow and select chart and drag a chart block into our model. So whatever logic we will be creating, that entire logic shall be inside this chart flow. To the left of our screen, we can see the different elements which can be used in state flow. Let's define our states. Since we are defining a traffic signal, we will require three different states for three different lights. So we will define states for red light, then green light, and then yellow light. This particular element is called as default transition. So whenever we are creating any logic in the state flow, we need to put a default transition to one of the states. Ideally, that should be the default condition of our system. So I am considering the red signal as default setting for the traffic signal. Next thing is adding the transition between these states. We consider a traffic signal. The transition from red signal to green signal is possible, so we can add that particular transition. Green to red is not possible, but green to yellow is possible, and then we have transition from yellow to red. These transitions should happen after a particular time, and again we need to know or we need to display what light is currently on. So let's add logic to these different states. Each state flow state executes in three different ways. So first is entry, next is during, and the third is exit. We can specify different commands during entry, during, and exit of any state. So we will copy the same thing for all the three states. On entry of the red state, we want red light to be on. During of the red state, we want red timer to be incremented by 1. And on exit, we want red time to be again given value of 0. Same thing we will apply for green light. During we want green time to be incremented by 1. And on exit we want green time to be initialized with 0. Before, since we are reading the red time here and all the timers in respective state, we need to initialize those all times when we start our simulation. So I will initialize all the timers to 0. Now we need to specify the transition conditions when we transit from red to green light and green to yellow light and yellow to red light. The transition conditions we can write in the square bracket. So when red time is greater than or equal to 20 seconds, we want to transit from red to green light. When green time greater than or equal to 30 seconds, we want to transit from green light to yellow light. And when yellow time is greater than or equal to 5, we want to transit from yellow light to red light. Again, when we transit from red light to green light, we need to turn off the red light and turn on the green light. So to turning off the red light, we can specify that particular action on the transition line itself. So we can turn off the red light by adding the action on the transition line. Same way we can turn off the green light and yellow light. So with this, at any given time there will be only one light which will be on. So this looks fine. Let's hit Ctrl D so that we will come to know if there are any errors in our model or anything else needs to be done. So when we hit Ctrl D, the symbol wizard will open up, which will ask us to define our inputs and outputs. So we want green light, yellow light and red light to be output from our model, and green time, yellow time and red time, these would be treated as local. We can change these to output as well, but for this particular simulation their scope can be limited to local. When we hit OK, we can see there are 3 output ports created. These will be created automatically. So let's add a scope here just to observe our output. We specify 3 different lights, 3 layouts. Okay, that looks fine. So when we start simulation, we can see, when we start our simulation, we can see the red state is active and red light is turned on, while yellow light and green light are turned off. We can see the green light is been turned on and red light is turned off, while yellow light continues to be off. When we complete 30 seconds, we can see green light is been turned off while yellow light is turned on, while red light continues to be turned on. After 5 seconds, yellow light turns off and red light turns on again. So this way we can simulate our traffic signal. Now let's understand how the state execution happens. To understand model execution, let's add breakpoints to our model. Add breakpoints on each state transition. So initially, when we start our simulation, all these three variables will be initialized. After that, the assignment will happen and we will enter into first state. Once we enter into first state, the action which is written in entry will be executed. After execution of action in entry, the state flow checks for the exit condition first. Then if this particular exit condition is not true, at that time it will again execute what is present in during. It will do the same thing again and again. It will check for exit condition. If condition is false, then whatever written in during, that will be executed. Now our read time is equal to 20. So when we step over, the condition is true. So now this condition is true. So that's why whatever is written in action, that will be executed. So red light equal to 0. Red light will be turned off, and whatever is present in exit, that will get executed. The action which is written on transition line, that executes first, even before whatever we have written in exit of the previous state. When we step forward, we will directly enter into green state and the same execution will continue. So again, to summarize, when we start our simulation, these conditions will get initialized. Then the simulation control enters into the red state, and whatever we have written in entry, that gets executed first. After entry, the state flow checks for the exit condition. If exit condition is false, then only it will run whatever is written in during. When exit condition is true, it will execute the action written on the exit transition line, and after that it will execute the action written in exit of the previous state before entering into new state. So our simulation will continue in the same way for green light. When the exit condition from green time is satisfied, at that time it will first check for the condition. It will execute the condition, that means green light equal to 0. Then control will be gone back to the previous state. It will execute whatever is written into exit of previous state, and then control will move to the next state. So this is how state execution takes place in state flow. The rest of the thing will execute in the same way. So that's it for today's video. If you have learned anything new, please hit like button. And if you have any questions related to this content, you can post those into comment section. Also, all your feedbacks are very precious to me. Thanks for watching.